Since fall of 2018, the HX Stomp has been at the core of everything that I do, from the OGE, the newer Helix that I have now, which is the Stadium. I've always have enjoyed the architecture, the build quality, the workflow, and everything the HX Stomp stands for. Initially, it was seen as the baby of the Line 6 Helix, which was kind of almost the industry standard for engine modeling. The UI was heavily copied by every other person in the industry. The workflow, the capability, and overall the effects are just high quality, derived from Line 6 effects from years of development and research, and just put it together into this platform which is called the Helix. And that has been the staple for so many people that actually do enjoy using gears like this one. Now, the interesting thing, or the interesting part here, is you can get this sucker for so cheap. And guess what? You know, the Helix Stadium is a big thing right now, and everyone is running after it, the Agora amp and all that. But everything here was still added to everything in there, which tells you something. It's still good. Like, some things have just gotten to a level where they've just plateaued and they just get the delays at high fidelity, the overdrives are great, everything in the effects is great. So great enough that I actually have two of them. This is my touring flight rig, mini rig, that I think I made a video about it. I'll put it up here. But this has been my rig for since 2018. I've built this pedal board since 2018, 2019, pre-pandemic. It's gone through different versions. I've done different versions, and the only thing that actually really do change on here, as I always made my overdrive pedal, I always like to have an overdrive or a boost pedal around here. One of my favorite ones to have here is this tube pedal from Fuchs Audio. Shout out to Fuchs, local amp and pedal builder here in New Jersey. And he's a great man, and the whole team are great over there. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I just love what they do. This gives me everything you love about the tube screamer, and of course another circuitry for boost, so it's like two pedals in one, so I can free up some blocks in here and still get that tubey analog feel and start using this. But over time, I kind of fell in love with how subtle the 1981 LVL pedal is. It just works well, and again, it just kind of gives my pedal board like this all black vibe, which is very discreet, and I like to use this a lot for like recordings, TV, videos, church, anything that requires video. It just makes it this non-invasive on the floor and just stays there, and just easy to carry and easy to fly around. And I can pretty much do every and anything I want to do with just this set. Should you get an HX Stomp in 2026? Why not? For $400 or less in some cases, $400 to $600. Sometimes you can even get brand new for like $500, depending on where you're looking. The delays, I mean, instead of getting the HX effects, I know the HX effect has lots of buttons and you can individually control pedals. You have better foot options. But here, I kind of think this is a better bang for money, because what if your amp fails? Then you're going to rely on a Tonex or a gear like the GP5 to kind of run your amp simulations and all that stuff, your captures, your amp captures, or anything of that nature. But having the model, like, there are two amps here that just does it for me. The Fender Princeton amp in here, and the Deluxe, the preamp section of that Deluxe, I rock it anywhere, and I load my errors there. I will sound the same way I sound on this sucker, the same way I'll sound with my Helix Stadium, just saying. And it just works well, and it's just a nice workflow overall. And if you're not skeptical, and if you don't care for touchscreen and Wi-Fi connectivity and all that other stuff, this is a better option, in my opinion. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And again, all the presets that I have free are all compatible with it. So, I mean, you can get great tones. I have so much tones. There's so many presets all over the internet that you can actually get and utilize it on this. And you will have great time recording and enjoying music, which is what this whole thing is all about. So yeah, let me know. Are you guys still rocking your HX Stomp? And how are you doing? Oh, by the way, this is from Pedonetics. It's a 4 and 5 switch. It just helps me switch presets easier, and I can do whatever the hell I want with the blocks below. And that's just kind of a simple workflow for me, and it works, and it works well. So thank you for listening to me. I'm gonna get ready to start going to New York now, and you're gonna hear how it sounds in real time. So this is gonna be a vlog style video, I guess. So let me pull my rig together, get ready with me, and let's hit the studio in New York City. I mean, we don't know for sure if Line 6 is gonna keep supporting these. That's just something that a lot of people have been asking. We're not sure what the support will look like moving forward with the new Helix Stadium. And again, it's been supported again for almost 10 years now, ever since we've got it, which is kind of, Line 6 has the longest support duration, especially in this guitar community in this day and age of buy it and throw it away. Line 6 has always developed new softwares and make their gears still usable. Right. Heading over to New York City now. It's super hot today in Jersey. It's about 110 degrees right now, and I'm not kidding. Okay, so made it to New York City. If you know anything about New York City, you know parking situation is it's quite interesting one. So I couldn't quite get the best parking that I wanted, but I got something, I guess. Oh, something just fell. All right, heading to the studio, and yeah, super hot day. I feel everyone should be indoors on a day like this. That's kind of what I think. But yeah, I'm here. Let's get this music done. Righty. Two.
Actually, because
Who cares?
maybe like 25 years, but professionally like 15.
15.
Yeah.
Still more than a decade.
It's more than a decade.
After 5 years,
Yeah.
pretty much still.
You'd think I would know what I was doing, but who knows?
What's the most annoying job you've done?
The most annoying job like that I've done,
Yeah.
like audio-wise or
Audio.
audio-wise, boy, this guy came in, and I don't know, some people, I don't know why they pay money, but he came in and he just went into, he was supposed to freestyle rap.
Right.
He went into the booth and he just grunted for like 3 hours. And then he came out and he was like, how'd I sound? And I was like, you didn't sound. You gotta sound, and then I'll tell you how you sound. But he didn't.
All right, so for young engineers, it's always this question about, you know, mixing in the box and mixing the console and the hardware and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I see you have like almost a hybrid setup here.
Oh, we're dialed in here.
You're
Yeah.
all dialed in. What's the best approach?
Best approach is whatever you have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what has helped you in the last couple of years? Like, do you listen to any type of music? But you just recorded a different style of music just now.
Yeah.
How does that challenge you every time when you have to work on different projects and all that good stuff?
Well, you know, I've worked on some worship music before, a lot of gospel here, and you know, it's definitely different having, like, you don't do live bands that much anymore. But that's what I recorded when I was coming up. And believe it or not, recording punk rock, which is what I started on, really helped me to record gospel. because everyone's in the room together. Everyone wants the live feel. Everyone wants, and if you can record punk rock and make it sound good, gospel's like a walk in the park. Because you guys are so talented. It's like, all you have to do is get a signal and then it sounds good.
Final question. I like the fact that you know that nobody uses live music anymore.
Yeah.
I'm a guitar player first.
Yeah.
And there's this question about, oh, the amp sounds better than modulus. Have you ever at any point be like, oh, that dude is using a modulus, it's not using a real amp? Have you ever had feelings of that nature?
I've never felt that, but also I'll say this. Every time I put an amp in front of a guitarist, it feels better. Like the performance feels better, everything feels better. And unfortunately, I didn't do that for you today, but it's just because we had so much other stuff going on. Yeah.
It sounded new.
Yeah.
Quick round of questions, all right? From 1 to 10, you're gonna tell me which way you think they go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mention a gear, you just tell me where they come from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
10 being God tier.
Yeah.
And 1 being, it sucks.
Yeah.
5 being, yeah, it works.
Sure. Sure.
Sony headphones, NDH 20 headphones. Oh, is it NDH?
Oh, yeah, like
The Sony headphones, what's that model?
like 7, yeah.
7?
Sure, yeah, fine.
Neumann, TLM microphones?
TLM?
Yeah.
Which TLM are we talking about? 103? Like 3.
3? That's a 57.
Wait, Neumann TLM 170, 110. Favorite microphone.
You can afford it. If you
There
can
they are.
afford it.
There they are.
If you can afford it.
Yeah.
All right, U87.
U87? Yeah, like 8. Yeah, it's great.
SM57.
9.
SM7B.
Like 4.
SM58.
9 as well.
Knee
Same.
preamps.
Knee preamps, like 6.
Fairchild.
Fairchild 10. Yeah.
That's fine.
No, that's a 176. Yeah, that's the
Manly stuff.
yeah, the Manly as well. Yeah. The 176 is in a lot of ways rarer than the Fairchild, but I wish we had it. We used to have an original Fairchild here. Yeah.
Teletronics.
What is it?
Teletronics. LH28.
Oh, yeah, like 9. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love it.
10. Oh, you're right.
9. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can definitely work together.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
And we have.
We have.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
dude, you're the best, Shane.